Okay, so this one is tough. So basically, I'm going to tell you my story. Um, I got a comment that said, what's wrong with you? You need some love, brother. Like, I'm okay, perfectly fine. Um, Getting married, bought a house. I'm okay. I got a good job, about to go back to college. I'm okay. Other than gaining like 30 pounds during quarantine, which absolutely sucked, but I'm hitting the gym again and running every day, so I'm eating better. So I've lost, 10 pounds, so maybe another month, another 20, hopefully, at least. But basically, okay, so my story. Whew. Okay, so my story. I. Okay, I was raped and molested from the time I was 7 till I was about 12 years old. And I kind of shut it out for a while. And, like, didn't even remember. Then many years go by. I play football. I played football time I was little till until my junior year of high school, and so went through middle school, went through high school. I was very confident. I was borderline arrogant, very cocky, and my sophomore year of high school, we played Fulton County High School, and it was an away game. We went over there, and a fight broke out, and well, check this clip out. So I'm the guy that got hit with the helmet. You can see some scars on my head, and I got really, really bad head injury, and I went to a specialist, and he said, "Yeah, you got rocked pretty bad. There's like I can't remember specifically, but he's like, there's 3 grades of concussions." He said, if I could give you a higher one, you've got the highest, like, and there's some damage. So I returned to high school. I had to take like special classes because I was slow. I didn't know anything, couldn't remember anything. I was always a good student. My grades started to decline, and so I just took those classes and went on to my junior year. Did machining, like machine tool, like that, and then my senior year I did co-op and basically had a like 36-hour a week job. I wasn't full time, but pretty close. I missed prom. Didn't do all that stuff. I just worked. I've literally been working since forever. But met a girl. Met a girl. Actually, my family, her family go back far back, and uh, we anyway. I think it was my senior year or junior year. Uh, we dated for a while. Dated a year or two maybe, and I just remember something being off. I was like, "This is just weird." What's going on? Come to find out, she was sleeping with the same dude that did stuff to me as a kid. And at the time, I was wanting to be a youth pastor, and I was in the youth pastor role at my parents' church, and I didn't cuss, didn't listen to bad music. I was the good kid. And when I found that out, it just destroyed me. It just destroyed me. And I mean, from then on, I was like, there's no fucking God. He doesn't exist. How can a almighty being let something like this happen to somebody? I'd done everything by the letter. I was a good boy. I did everything by the book. Everything, the rules were set. And I was like, how can this happen? So I graduated, and then I moved in the to the Lexington area. I moved to Lawrenceburg with my brother, and he helped me get a job. And there's one of my dad's friends. They ran a college. They were like, "Hey, come down here with me." And so I was like, "Eh." And then I got a scholarship, half off tuition, to go down to Dallas Fort Worth area, to a school, a Bible college, and I'll explain that whole experience here in a second. But so I went down there. I didn't believe in God. There's no way you could have convinced me. There's no way. Went down to this Bible college, and really jaded. Felt really jaded. And I'm glad I had to get out of my hometown. Went down there, and I had three people that were awesome. Juan, Josh, and Tyler. You know who you are. They really helped me deal with stuff. They really helped. But I dealt with depression so bad. This school was such a cult. I mean, if you weren't part of a certain state, district, or if you weren't part of their clique, get the hell out of it. We want nothing to do with you. And it was like, it was 4 years of that. No. Yeah, 3 years of that. So, like, constantly fighting the system. Like, I wasn't a bad kid. I didn't do drugs. We drank on my 21st birthday. We went out to the mall. That's, like, the only thing we ever did. And, like, the whole time, that whole school experience was a joke. Okay, so I like playing music. And we went down there, or they were calling me on the phone, like, I was like, "Do you guys have a music program?" They're like, "Yeah, we have a music program." Get down there, they don't have it. So they lied to me over the phone, and so I was like, "Okay, well, I'll get a business degree. It seems like a good idea." I mean, these people would literally. I drove down there wearing a Red Hot Chili Pepper shirt. The asterisks with the. I swear to God, there was a woman who did a sermon pointing that out. Like, constantly throwing me under the bus like I was the bad kid. I was literally struggling with my faith. Wanted nothing to do with Christianity or God or anything. My parents are in the ministry, and I wanted nothing to do with any of it. But the school, you had to have, like, it was a requirement. We had to go to church, and you had to sign a paper to make sure you went. So I went, and I went for a while. I was like, oh my God. I didn't believe in any of this shit. I was like, oh my God, it's so stupid. Went anyway. And what changed my life was I went to a Calvary church in Irving, and the church, or Pastor Ben, one time, this is like 2013, like August, September of 2013 maybe, and he was preaching, and all of a sudden he's like, "Somebody right now received healing." And that summer before I went down there, I was doing construction. I hurt my back. Didn't tell anybody, and it felt like somebody poured hot soup down my back. And I was like, "Oh God, this shit's real." And I was like, "Okay, so, this God thing is real. I've got to figure this stuff out." So I did that for, I was like working on my faith. But the people I went to Bible college with, except for the 3 or 4 that were really good to me, they were awful. I mean, I don't care if you come after me. You know who you are. You treat people like garbage. You should be ashamed of yourself. I hated that place. It was like my own personal hell. So I went down there, and constantly it was like, I played music. I was a musician. And so the people in leadership was like, hey, listen, I need to play music. Like, that's how I make my money. I worked at Walmart. Please, just, I need to make money. And so they're like, okay, that's perfectly fine. Just tell us where you are. And I was like, cool, awesome. You guys are understanding. Sweet. So this whole time, granted, I had a shitty attitude. Knowing what I know now, it's a little bit different. But at the time, I had a really shitty attitude. And I was really depressed, man. I mean, suicidal. I hated it there. It was such a clique. They did not want anything to do with you. And you had to do everything they said. There was so much required of us. We had no time to like work and pay for stuff. It seemed like an eternity when I was there. I used to call my dad every day, just bawling, I hate it. He's like, well, come home. It's like, I gotta finish. I guess I'm a glutton for punishment. So, I remember my sophomore year, one dude literally changed my life. His name is Dr. Alvarez. He came down for a class. He's from New York. Came down to a class, or taught a class, and then I guess he got into leadership. I can't remember, but he was awesome. I mean, I really, really struggled with like suicide and depression, and like I hated my life. And Dr. A pulled me in his office, would talk to me every day out of his busy schedule and talk to me. And I got a chance to talk to somebody. And, I mean, this place accused me of drinking all the time. They accused me of sexual misconduct. I mean, crazy shit. I mean, stuff I never did. I worked at Walmart. If you've worked on Cap Team 2, stocking shelves till 2 in the morning, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't have time. I didn't have time. I would literally get off class, go to work, and then have to be at chapel at 8 a.m. every day. Because it was required. You had to read a freaking book. Oh my gosh, I hated it. I just hated it. I hated it. The whole time, I was just so miserable. I was so miserable. But Dr. Alvarez, God bless you, man. You really look him up. I think he wrote a book. But I was just so intrigued just where he's from, and he was just such a good mentor. Took me under his wing. And he was so good to me. Just helped me. But I remember one day he pulled me in his office. He's like, he talked with a New York accent, and he's like, Caleb, come in here, and I was like, all right. So I came in his office, and he's like, shut the door. And I'm like, okay, shut the door. And he was like, he leaned in real close across the desk. He's like, look, there's people in leadership here wondering why I'm spending so much time with you, and they told me like, don't waste your time with Caleb. He's a bad egg. Like, the person in charge saying I'm a bad egg. They had no idea Tyler caught me with stuff in the bathroom wanting to kill myself. They want to throw me under the bus because I wore a t-shirt, because I cuss, because I listen to music. It's not of the devil. You'll throw me under the bus. I'm a bad egg. I could have killed myself, and they would have let it happen. Dr. A, he sent me up with, hey, buddy. The dogs. Hey, go. Go, bud. Go. Please. Be good boys. Go. Sorry. Be good boys. Sorry. But, it was a really low point. He set me up with counseling. Matter of fact, the counseling cards I was given, I still have them. and I read them. And the counselor gave me these, and really helped. And I'm glad he did that because the next year would have been hell.